such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This, the place where there is no such thing as a silent witness. Oh boy, I just want to say this at the beginning. I am usually a very optimistic person, and I look at things thinking that God can do all things, and He's all powerful, and He wants His children to walk in power and victory. But at some point, you have to be honest with what you are seeing. I hate to be a doomsayer with that said. Psalm 2:10. Now therefore, O kings, be wise, be warned, O rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and you perish in the way, for his wrath is quickly kindled. And blessed are all those who take refuge in him. I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but there's something that I've learned throughout my life. You see, when I want to buy something that costs $200, but I only have $100 in the bank, that bank account with the number says I can't afford 200. People lie, numbers don't. I've learned that. People lie, numbers don't lie. With that said, when CNBC, a liberal corporation, in my opinion, says this: when will consumer inflation breaking point be reached? Here is what the market is monitoring. And if you read this article, it ain't looking good. They said if something doesn't change between now and the back half of this year, it is not going to be a pretty picture. And that was CNBC. Look at this one. CNN Business: why inflation can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Those are two outlets that I would say is not friendly. That is very friendly to the current administration. So much so, I think sometimes they lie for him. But anyway, that's just me. But then you have this gentleman. I'll put the link in here. I found this new Twitter page called The Great Reset, and they have a former BlackRock executive, Edward Dowd. Former BlackRock executive. BlackRock is not a good organization. They've had their hands in a lot of things going on globally. I believe they're part of the global community. He has since left that organization, and he's somewhat spilling the beans. Here he is.
The global debt bubble is at its peak, and it's becoming apparent, given what's going on across the globe, that we're at the end. And due to that fact, we're going to see lots of crazy things in the financial markets. I think we're going to see the credit markets become unhinged, the equity markets become unhinged. The Fed got a reprieve from COVID when they were able to, under the cover of COVID, print 65% more money to keep this thing afloat. But we're at the end days here, and a lot of what you're seeing in the response from global governments is what I believe is setting up a system to, under the guise of medical tyranny, to prevent the riots that are going to ensue once this thing all unwinds. That's my personal belief, and I watch what people do, know what they say. The global debt.
People lie, numbers don't. Am I 100% sure? No, I'm not. Granted, people have been calling for the end of days for many, many years. But boy, People lie, numbers don't. You know who else doesn't lie? God Almighty.
For such a time as this,